2 years ago, I uploaded this video to my channel, how to get clients using LinkedIn. And since then, that video has racked up over 250,000 views. For those that have watched it before, thank you. For those that are new, welcome. You're definitely in the right place today. This video is gonna be a new and improved version of the previous. And today, I'm gonna show you a more detailed strategy of how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator for your lead generation strategy. Using this video, you'll be able to compile a list of thousands of high-ticket leads in your chosen industry for your business within minutes. And I'll also be breaking down how you can get responses from business owners of multi-million-dollar companies, business owners that probably get pitched hundreds, if not thousands of times per month. So I'm gonna show you how to stand out from the masses. So strap yourself in, get comfortable, close all your tabs, get a pen and paper, and let's go get you some high quality, high ticket leads using LinkedIn. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is log into our LinkedIn account. If you don't have one, go over to linkedin.com. LinkedIn is a business-to-business social media platform where you can network with other business owners, you can reach out, and you can generate leads like we're gonna be going through today. Now, on our previous video, I ran through how you can optimize your profile, and we're gonna very briefly cover that right now, just the main points, so you can ensure you get a high response rate when you're actually reaching out to leads. But I'd recommend you to go and watch the video, the old one, after this one, where I'll go into it in a little bit more detail. Now, of course, at the top, we have a cover photo and our profile picture. It's important that these are as professional as possible, showing us in our natural element, doing what we do best at work. Next important area is our tagline. So here I've got owner of affluent.co and learn ads. So it says exactly what businesses I own. Now, if you're using LinkedIn for lead generation, I would recommend you optimizing this to actually call out to the specific person. So let's say you're an advertising agency that works with restaurants. You could do, I help restaurants get more bums on seats using paid ads. Okay, so you can use that as your tagline. It's a really effective way to let people know exactly what you do straight away. Okay, if we scroll down, we've got our about. Now, this is really important that this says exactly who you are and what you do again. And everything on your page needs to be congruent. Everything needs to be expressing the same message, okay? You don't want to be calling out to multiple people. It needs to be clear who you are and who you are trying to reach out to and what exactly you do and how you can serve those people. Okay, my LinkedIn profile is actually more of it's a landing page where I can direct people to all of our businesses if people want to find out a little bit more about what I do. Gone are the days that I actually reach out to people on my personal LinkedIn anymore. We have team members who do that themselves, okay? So you want to make sure you've got all your relevant work experience, okay? So we've got all the companies. You don't need to put every single company you've ever worked for, but only things that are relevant to what you're doing right now. Of course, your education, but we're going to scroll down and we've got skills here. This is where I think it starts to get important. Now on LinkedIn, you can mention which skills you actually have in your industry, and from that, people can endorse you. You can see I've got a ton of endorsements from people, so thank you if any of you have ever endorsed me on LinkedIn. I would recommend you sending your profile to your friends and family when you first create an account and asking them to endorse you for skills. This just tells people that other people can validate that you know, or you can do what you're saying you can do on your profile. Scroll down, more of the same. We've got recommendations. This is where people can actually leave you reviews. These are actually just reviews from previous jobs that I've had, and I also business development director for an advertising company, okay? But if you've got friends and family and you've got previous colleagues that can give you reviews, send over your profile and ask them to create recommendations for you. So that very, very quickly is how you can optimize your profile. But again, I recommend you go back and watch our previous video. What we're actually here for today is LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now, Sales Navigator is an additional platform within LinkedIn. Okay, now Sales Navigator itself is built for people who want to use LinkedIn as a sales-based platform, as a platform to reach out to potential customers and pitch them on their product or service. Now, I'm going to go over to the payment plans or the payment options, the pricing plan, sorry, of LinkedIn Sales Navigator first, just to highlight the things that you may or may not need. Now, you can sign up via annual or monthly, and you might be looking at this right now thinking, oh, well, that's not that cheap, Jordan, $99 per month. But you only need to get one client from LinkedIn Sales Navigator over the course of an entire month to get a return on investment on this. It really is a drop in the ocean, and you'll see how powerful this is. Now, I used to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator every single day, day in, day out. In fact, I'll go over to this camera, when I was in my first ever sales job. In my first ever sales job, my job was to call 100 people per day, every single day. Massive conglomerate business owners, from the Middle East in the construction industry. Now, I managed to get hold of the CEO of Universal Studios, right? I managed to speak to huge Samsung Engineering C-level executives. I managed to speak to KBR, which is a huge oil and gas company. So I networked with some very large affluent business owners who I wouldn't normally be able to get hold of if it wasn't for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. LinkedIn Sales Navigator was my main source of leads when I was in that company. And it was one of the main reasons that I was able to get to top 3 people in that company, in their sales team, within my first 3 months of starting there. And I had no sales experience beforehand. This was my secret weapon. So I want to show you this today. Now, the only membership you need is Core. By the way, guys, I'm speaking really fast. So I want to get loads of stuff out for you guys. So if I'm speaking too fast, I would apologize, but I don't care, right? It's what I do. It's the way I speak. I can't change it. I've tried. So just press the speed and go back on like 0.5 speed and just watch me in slower time. Cool. Now, Core is what you would need, okay? 1 user per month. You only really need Core if you're using it, let's say, in any normal business who's generating leads, trying to sell a product or service. Advanced, there are like some extra functionality, and I'd recommend checking it out, like if you're really using this to reach out to thousands and thousands of different people. But to be honest with you, I think most people, for the majority of people, are Core, and I've always just used Core. So sign up to Core, you can do annual or monthly. Obviously, it's a bit cheaper. You get a saving 25% if you go on annual. Right, let's go back. So to access LinkedIn Sales Navigator, when we've actually signed up, we go top right corner, and it's going to take us through to the Sales Navigator dashboard. This is a completely clean account. I only recently signed up to Sales Navigator. Again, as I said, we don't use this profile for outreach anymore. So we're taken straight through to the dashboard. Here we have all of our alerts. So if we have set reminders about certain leads, or there's any kind of notification that we've got on Sales Navigator, it's going to come up in this area. On the right-hand side, these are accounts that we've chosen to follow. Accounts are actually just businesses as opposed to individuals. And then at the top, we have our main navigation. So we have accounts, so these are businesses we're following. We've got lead lists, we've got messaging, and then we've just got our admin profile. We're going to go over to home, which is where we are right now. And on search, we're going to search for some leads, okay? We're going to search for some potential customers. So let's say, we'll go with what we've got here because I was preparing some stuff earlier. We will say we're an advertising agency and we're looking to reach out to furniture stores, okay? Now, if we can search a number of different things here. We can search keywords, for example. So we could do furniture store owner, okay? And then we could hit search. And this is going to bring up a search of every person that has the keyword furniture store owner on their bio, okay? And we should have 270 or 290,000 people here, okay? Now, if I go back here, we don't just have to do keywords. We could just go on lead filters, right? And here we have got a whole bunch of different filters that we can use to actually search for people. So we can search keywords, as I've just highlighted, and I'm going to give you a hack for keywords shortly. We can highlight via Spotlight, so whether they've changed their job recently, whether they've shared an experience with us, whether they've posted on LinkedIn. Now, this is all relevant to different businesses, okay? Now, some of you might own a company where, a recruitment agency where you want to reach out to people who've changed jobs recently so you can poach them because they're somebody that naturally jumps from job to job, maybe. Okay, so I'd recommend having a look at all of these. I'm going to highlight some of the main ones for you. Of course, geography is where they are actually based. Okay, so let's say we only wanted to reach out to people in the United Kingdom. If we're a UK-based ads agency that only wants to work with people in the UK, we can reach out to people who already have connections with us. Maybe they're more likely to actually respond to our messages. We've got industry, school they went to, not so relevant. Profile language, this is quite important. Okay, if you're an English agency, you don't want to be running ads for an Arabic company, for example, because you're not going to be able to write ads in Arabic, right? First name, last name, seniority level. This is an important one. So here we can make sure that we're only reaching out to either owners of a business or C-level of a business or directors of a business. Now, what I often find on LinkedIn is sometimes the owner of the business just marks themselves as a director. Sometimes it's an owner, sometimes it's a partner. It really does depend on the structure of a company. So I would recommend doing owner, CXO level. So this is CEO, COO, anyone with a kind of a chief at the start of their title, and director. Okay, so these are people, these are going to be the correct seniority level is going to be people that actually can make decisions. Years in current position, so if that's relevant to you, years at the company. Okay, their actual job title. Okay, so this could be a good one. So you might not want to do CX director or owner. You could just do and type in managing director in here. Okay, and you could just filter people by managing director. If we go down to company, okay, we've got company name, we've got company headcount. This is especially important if you're an advertising agency, right? When you're first starting out, we don't want to be reaching out to companies that have got tons and tons of employees. So we're going to want to filter that by 1 to 10, okay? These aren't going to be massive companies, okay? Company type, past company, became a member, so on, so on. Okay, this stuff isn't really so relevant. So let's just type in, okay, so here we're actually going to be, if I do furniture, we're going to be searching keyword furniture in the United Kingdom, English speaking, C-level executive or director, 1 to 10 headcount. Let's search. So if we're a UK-based agency, here are a whole bunch of different businesses in the UK, and we've got the managing director, we've got the co-director, we've got the director, we've got owner, we've got co-founder, we've got owner, we've got all these leads, right? And we can filter through these. And all we need to do to add these to our list is hit save, okay? Let's hit save. And we can hit save, okay? We're saving to a default list here, but we could create our own list. So let's say we want this to be furniture leads UK. Okay, we can put a subscription as well. Okay, and we can go and we can save them under furniture leads, owner. We can go check out their profiles as well. So if we just do a little bit of, just checking this out, to do a little bit of digging. So if we go onto here, and we've got an overview of that. We can actually just, it breaks down the information a little more differently on Sales Navigator, just so I think so you can see more relevant information at the top of the screen. Looking at profile, co-director, chief office designer, probably not suitable if I was an ads agency, probably not going to be the decision maker, in which case I can just get rid of this person from my list. Cool. Let's go back to where we were, and we can just scroll down and so on. Cool. So that is an ordinary filtered based search on Sales Navigator. But what I want to show you right now is a trick that people who are in the know use to filter their lists a lot better, okay? In fact, let me just go back to where we just were. So we were furniture, we were United Kingdom, and we were doing seniority level, owner. We'll keep it on owner, and okay. And we're gonna do, we'll keep it there. Okay, fine. And we did have language English, but I'm gonna leave that for now. Now, what I wanna show you is what's called an and or not filter, or Boolean filter, or Boolean filter, however you pronounce it, right? Now, this is a way that we can filter down on LinkedIn searches in even more detail, okay? So what we can do here is we can exclude certain keywords from the list, okay? So we can exclude not just let's say we wanted to reach out to furniture companies in the United Kingdom, but we didn't want to reach out to garden furniture companies. We could create a special filter using tags, okay? This looks a little bit like algebra. So we could have, for example, furniture, not garden, okay? So we want the keyword furniture, not garden. And this is going to search for furniture companies. So now we're going to get a big list of leads that are just normal furniture companies and they don't do garden furniture, if for whatever reason we didn't want to reach out to garden furniture. If we did want to reach out to garden furniture, okay, but maybe we didn't want garden companies that sell furniture, so this might be companies that sell plants, for example. You will see on the flip side here the kind of leads that are coming through. Garden, not furniture. So these are all garden companies. And there's garden lights, there's trees in garden. Okay, so these are all companies that have garden in their keywords, but they don't sell furniture. So we can filter through these. Now, we can filter through this in even more detail, okay? So what we could do, for example, is we could do, let's say we wanted sofas or table, but we don't want anything from the kitchen, okay? So this is more, and we've got to close these brackets, okay? Remember, algebra in school. Right, and if we search this right now, this is going to be companies, just make sure them tags. Okay, this is going to be companies that sell sofas, but they don't have anything from the kitchen, okay? So these are probably all different. We've got table company here, we've got table weight company, table. Sweet, but actually we might find that table actually isn't correct. So it needs to be because it could be any kind of table, right? This kind of company might not be this is tech stamina round table, okay? So what we probably need to have here is and table. So we do sofa and table, then we can almost guarantee that they are furniture-based companies here. Okay, so now we are making sure that these companies are a lot more fine furniture, upholstery, and so on and so forth. So guys, I really would recommend you using this. This is going to enable you to stop having to filter through your leads so much. It enables you to get rid of leads that aren't relevant to you, and it enables you to make sure that you are going for the perfect customer every single time. And that way, when you're going through this lead list, you're not going to have to filter through and waste a bunch of time. So use the Boolean strategy, okay? This is something I used so much when I was in my sales-based roles, and it saved me so much time. Okay, so let's say we've started to build that list together, right? Let me just go full screen, and we go onto lists, and we've got our list here, furniture store leads. And we go over, and we've got John Elmer. Right, what I want to do is I can go on his profile and just check, okay, is this guy correct for me? Is he right? I can go ahead and I can connect with him. I can send him a connect request, which I would recommend you doing if you want to reach out to John. But we can also just send him a message straight away. Now, with LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you actually get access to 95 InMail credits. Now, an InMail is simply a message that bypasses the need to connect with people. Now, normally on LinkedIn, what you have to do is when you want to send somebody a message, you have to connect with them and they have to accept your connection request before you can actually send them a message, right? But what LinkedIn Sales Navigator allows you to do is bypass the need to have to connect with someone, and instead we can jump straight into their inbox because we're paid for the privilege. Bit crafty, really. So, let's say we wanted to send John a message. Of course, we would normally try and connect with him, but I don't want to reach out to John, so I'm not going to. We could have the subject line something like, quick question for, let's say, Huddle Furniture. Okay? Okay, so this is the kind of subject line which is going to get a response. So it could be just a quick one, or it could be, I've got a question for you, or it could be, I've wondered this, okay? Just something creative, something short, snappy, and non-salesy. Absolutely non-salesy. Never want to have like some, you need my service in the subject line, okay? I'm just going to delete that message straight away, right? You'd be shocked at how many messages I have on my LinkedIn right now, people pitching me every single day, tens and tens and tens of people. I ignore all of them unless I see one which kind of strikes my interest. So, let's go through a simple way of getting a response from John. Let's see if I can zoom into this a little bit more so you can see this. Okay, so I'll say, hi, John. Always start with addressing their name. It's always good to do. And the first thing we're going to do in every bit of outreach, as you guys will have seen from any outreach video I've ever put out on YouTube, is we need to personalize it, okay? We need to have some kind of personalization here. So let's go on this business, Huddle Furniture, and let's find something we can do. Let's find something we can mention about Huddle Furniture. Right, okay, they've got quite a cool website. And what I'm trying to look for here is something different. Maybe they've got a case study. Okay, they've got a case study. If they've got a blog, it's quite a nice thing to look at. What have they done here? Okay, they're doing a lot of schoolwork. Fine. Right, that's something unique I could say to John. Absolutely. Oh my God, excuse my spelling, guys. Love the work you guys are doing with schools. Okay, so we've got our personalization. It's key when we put personalization that this can only be said to this individual. You do not want to say something which can be said to anyone, okay? Like, I love your website is not a good personalization. You could copy and paste that to loads of people. John knows when he says, I love the work that you guys are doing with schools. He knows that I've done my research on this company and I could have only said this to him. Now, what we would then put here is our pitch, okay? So our pitch is going to look something like, I help X do X through X, okay? I help furniture stores increase their revenue using Facebook ads, okay? Whatever, depends on whatever your service is. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to say, are you available over the next few days for a 15-minute chat, okay? Keep it nice and brief. Warmly, Jordan, all right? Or sign it however you would. So we're just going to say, look, I love this. This is a compliment, but I help companies do this through this. Are you available for over the next few days for a 15-minute chat? What you could say is, I was surprised to see you're not doing X right now. Okay, so I could have a look on Huddle Furniture, for example. I could have a look at their Facebook page. Let's have a look. Let's scroll right down. No, where's their Facebook? Okay, how do we find this? Not a great website, to be honest, John. Sweet. If we go on their Facebook profile and scroll down and I go on page transparency, I'll be able to see if they're running ads. They're not running any ads currently. Okay, so I could say to John, I'm surprised to see you're not running or not advertising on Facebook right now. You'd smash it. Okay, I could say something like this. And then I transition to, I help furniture stores increase their revenue through Facebook ads. Are you available over the next few days for a 50-minute chat? If you've got a case study, this is a great area, a great time to mention something you've done previously with a competitor or another company. There we go. Hit send. And that is as simple as it is. Okay, that is as simple as your outreach message has to be. It doesn't want to be this long message. It needs to be, hi, name, personalization. This is what I do. This is how I can help. Are you available for a quick chat? Nice and brief, simple subject line, and you just want to send this out to people. The key is this personalization, guys. I cannot stress this enough, right? Let me discard that. Let's go over to this camera. I cannot stress enough how important it is that you personalize every single bit of outreach. This is something that many of you will be like, oh, okay, Jordan, here we go again, right? Personalization, personalization. I can't be asked with it. Well, you need to, right? If you don't personalize each message, you don't deserve a response from people, okay? Sales has changed. Gone are the days when I used to do sales, right? When I used to reach out to people on LinkedIn, you could send a little blanket message, copy and paste it to everyone. Hey, presto, and you've got a bunch of meetings and there we go, right? Doesn't work like that anymore, right? You have to personalize every single message. You have to say something unique to that person that you can only send to them and not send to anybody else. Cool. Guys, that's it. That's LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you want to create more LinkedIn-based content, please do let me know. Drop a comment below. And by the way, if you haven't done already, make sure you comment if you're watching this video within 24 hours. Comment down below with anything you want, any value you want from this channel, or just to say hi. And one person out of the comments will be randomly selected to win a completely free coaching call with me, where I'll personally help you make your first or your next $10,000 online and build a roadmap to how you can do that regardless of your business model. I'll help you and guide you to do that. Now, I charge thousands for coaching these days, so this is a chance to get a call with me. I don't know how long we're going to be running this competition for, so enter now whilst you still have the chance. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe with your notification bell turned on so you get notified every time we bring out new content. And I'll see you all very, very soon. Cheers, guys.